I will take attendance. Um, Trustee,
Just the members of the committee.
yeah, Trustee Fosco, and Trustee Balundis,
Here?
and Trustee Segura here. And then in attend, yeah, we have a quorum also. And then I also notate any trustees present, correct? As guests, we have Trustee Narayan, Trustee Santangelo, and Trustee Pesco. Okay, are there any public comments? Oh. We also have our council present. Do you know if we have any public comment?
No.
No? Any I haven't received any correspondence. Unfinished business, we have the approval of the February 2025 BGPP minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make the motion.
Any discussion on the motion? No discussion? And then I just call the question. All in favor of approving the BGPP minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, on to new business. The governance, board policy, personnel policy, and public and operations policy summaries are organized according to the categories outlined in the library's bylaws. This structure ensures alignment with the board responsibilities and simplifies policy review and oversight. Um, the committee has been presented with all of the policies
And a summary.
and a summary.
The important thing is behind the minutes is the summary of policies that all the policies have been reviewed by the attorney. And so I highlighted a summary of each one, and I feel that the policy review approval procedure should be really read by all the trustees. And the same thing with the communication and public disclosure policy. I was very concerned about this the past year, and it just is more of the rules of the road. Do not disclose personal patron sensitive. Avoid reply all threads. Do not engage in selective disclosure, and so forth. And then the policy of conduct and ethic policy and trustee responsibility. I urge everyone to read it, and if you have any questions, forward them to me.
Council, is there anything that you want to touch on, or should be touched on, or anything out of whack? Because I did reading through some of this stuff.
Mike sent me draft policies, which I reviewed, and
Correct.
kind of changed. I assume he made all of those. So everything's certainly possible. The policies are certainly subject to the board's discretion. For example, one of the policies deals with being a warming center in the winter. There's no requirement that you do that. It's a fine thing to do. There's nothing illegal about it, but that's a matter of board policy. Everything, if Mike made all my changes, everything
Yeah.
is legally permissible.
Yeah. Because we've always opened up the.
Well, okay, but now we have a policy that says.
Right.
Now we have a policy and a procedure for staff to follow. One of the advantages, I think half our staff lives in Elmwood Park, or maybe 3 of them live within 4 blocks. So we have a staff to maintain. The reason for this is that I wanted to clarify because during I believe it was February, another library closed on a Wednesday. We were open. It's canceled their meeting and everything. So I wanted to make sure that we all understand the rules of the road, as I'm gonna state it to you.
Or was it cold that
Why
day?
did they close?
No, I mean, the
It was a little
library-
icy. They thought there was gonna be snow. There wasn't snow. They canceled. Some libraries
wanted the employees
closed
to stay
early. Yeah,
home.
they closed early. We're not gonna close early. Okay, we had set up if we need to, who's gonna be here. So we have it covered. So there's, included in that is again, what roles and responsibilities staff is to do during those times. The other ones, there was a meeting cancellation policy, which is included in there when a meeting can be canceled and how and the time restraints. I would, again, if you have a chance, go through all of them. The summary sheet kind of highlights it. The other thing that was important that I wanted to do is I wrote policies for each of the committees. You're all members of the committee. I want you to understand what the roles and responsibilities are and what is expected by you being a member of the policy. The,
Do you want to talk about each one as a motion
Go ahead.
to talk about
are
it?
we gonna do it? It's fine.
And you can talk about each one? That way, if they want to take it out of committee. they can.
Okay. All right.
All right, do we have a motion to present the policy review and approval policy? Do I have a second? All in favor?
Any discussion?
Oh, any discussion?
And then Mike can talk about it. You guys send that.
Yeah.
If it's necessary.
Yeah, if we want to. It's, again, it says how we review it and how the approval process, what we're doing right now. Just explains,
It's pretty self-explanatory.
yeah, it's self-explanatory.
And like I said, going through all these, didn't see anything that was out of whack. That's why I asked the questions on the counselor, in front of council, and any questions I have the rest, because we're good legally, and that's bottom line.
If that's the feeling of the committee, you can just do one vote to recommend all of these to the board if you like. If you would prefer to do that. So maybe
And that's
recommend
what I
all-
was gonna, that's what would be my motion to
You
recommend.
wanna amend that motion, trustee Belinda's? Ask if she wants to amend that motion to accept all as presented, and then you can discuss them, and then you can have the discussion.
Trustee Belendez, would you like to amend your motion?
Yes.
So the motion now, that's been seconded, is to approve all of the policies listed under governance and board policies and personnel policies and recommend them to the full board for adoption.
Correct.
So that's the motion, that's up for debate. If anybody has any specific questions about any of the policies, or wants to pull any of them out, or do anything or talk about them, now's the time to do that. If nobody has any discussion about that, then they can,
I have a
Yeah.
question about the personal, the parental leave policy.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's right back in.
Okay, and that ties into the workplace. If an employee, spouse, or individual needs to take a leave for children, okay? And the same thing, we're required to provide, workplace for breastfeeding and nutrition and all that. I wanna make sure that we had that covered. But the other one it's been important lately, and it should have been in, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, is the file management and shared drive integrity policy. This is an important policy, and staff is realizing who owns the files. Okay, we've lost files before, and we recently lost one file. And we wanted to make sure that everybody's understanding on the ownership of the files, that the library owns the files, the policies, the newsletters, all of anything pertaining to the library. So that's why I wrote that policy. I don't think you'll find it anywhere else but here. But I think we needed to make sure that everybody understands that.
Any other discussion?
I have one small little question. The very first one, the policy review and approval policy.
Yeah.
It's, it looks like a procedure. In fact, you even have it down as policy review and approval procedure, not a policy.
I changed the word.
Right.
That's all that is. Well, you know, a procedure is execution of the policy. And then, so I talk about the approval procedure.
I saw that.
Yeah, no, I understand it. But again, this is something that I would read and go through so you understand what goes through. Meaning if in a few months, if we need to change a policy that a statute didn't change, we're not required to go to committee on it. If it's wordsmithing, it could go right to the board for approval.
Any other discussion?
We're gonna get to review these before, when it's presented to the full board, so, I mean, anybody that's absent, take a look, comment on it too, and possibly send it back to committee if we need to.
Okay.
So as long as committee can go over it. You're letting, trustee Ryan have some comments too, because they just saved that comment from the day before.
So also in the summary of policies for reviews, I believe you have one that's listed as proposed bylaws amendment policy. But we're not doing that, right?
No. No, what that would be like an example like that is if we add or change something, again, by statute. Or there could be a wording on job duties, you know, for the director. That should still go. Anything with changes to the bylaws should go to the committee.
Mm-hmm. But we're not talking about that policy.
No.
right now.
That's on the list.
It is, it is in the list of the summary of
Yeah.
policies.
Oh, got it.
But there's not a policy for it.
Right.
It's not up for review.
No.
Okay. Any further discussion? Okay. So we want to make a motion to take
You
the
already have a motion in play.
already in play.
Moved and seconded, we now say
All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay. And then that also covered that last motion also covered our personnel policies, correct? Okay. We can adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Do we?
Second?
Fantastic. And I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Ayes have it, and we are adjourned.